Hey y'all, it is your girl Taraya, and welcome back for another episode of Just Black Tea. It has been a while since I last recorded. That has felt new for me, at least. All of this is new for me. But just really giving myself permission to rest has been like a major theme in my life right now. Especially for me in the last couple episodes, as I've kind of let y'all in on, I am a recovering perfectionist, babe. So when I was down for the count, your girl was so fucking sick. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what about just black tea? What about my friends? What about my family? What about your friends? And it's just like, babe, well, what about you? And I said, oh yeah, that's right. That's right. What about me? So I'm happy to be back for a third episode. First, start off with a life update, some tea on me, babe. Like I mentioned, I was not feeling well. After I recorded my second episode, I have been moving and grooving in the city. Your girl is outside. One thing about me, I love outside. I love outside so much. And I've been spending a lot of time with friends and family, especially because all of us are going through so many different transitions. One of my homegirls has started her master's program. Another of my friends is moving. Another one of my friends is moving, starting new jobs, starting school, ending cycles, ending relationships. It's just a whole bunch going on for me and my community. And so I am really excited to have been a part of that with them and really just kind of being present in the space and in the moment. And that makes me really happy. So with that, I got pretty sick. So it's definitely been an interesting situation, like just kind of resting and taking my time for myself has been really good. I'm learning that the more authentically I show up for myself, the more authentically I can show up for other people. And so I'm really excited for that. Leo season is upon us. It's been upon us. And I never really realized how many Leos I have in my life. I am a Leo moon, baby. So I'd like to say that this is also my season. Shout out to all the Leos. Another update, Just Black Tea is available on Spotify and Apple Music, but it is now also going to be available for a visual aspect on YouTube. Yes, I was celebrating one of my Leo homegirls at her birthday party, and I, met up with some other friends, telling them about Just Black Tea. It's one of my favorite things to talk about, even though it can be a little hard to talk about. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. But I was talking about my podcast and they were like, oh, okay, like I am somebody that's a visual learner. Like I love to be able to watch you talk. And I'm like I could do that. Like all of my episodes have a visual to it. Every time I record, I record my beautiful, lovely face talking. And I just take the audio and I put it on Apple Music and Spotify. So now after today, all of my episodes so far, episodes 1 through 3, will be available on YouTube at Just Black Tea, the podcast. And I'll make sure that that link is available as well. So I'm super excited about that because that's just another space for me to share my creativity, share space with y'all. And of course, you'll be able to see my beautiful face on camera, babe. And then my next update, I submitted a preview of Just Black Tea to a micromedia festival. Yes, I'm super excited. It is a micromedia festival that my friend C Will has put on, constructed for local as well as worldwide artists that want to get their shit out there, want to get their art out there, step out of their comfort zone. And for me at first I was just like, okay, like when I think about a micromedia festival or any type of media festival at all, I strictly think about film festivals. So I kind of automatically told myself no. Like I was just like, oh no, like Just Black Tea is a podcast, babe. Like that's real. This is really not the space for that. But shout out to C Will because they encouraged me to go ahead and submit it. And I'm really happy that I did. I created a cute preview of my episodes that I have out currently. And it's about 5 minutes long. And I'm super excited to showcase it. I'll make sure to add my flyer to maybe my YouTube channel and on Instagram as well for all of my local friends and family that want to join and just support me and celebrate me in that way. There are some amazing artists that are also going to be a part of it, and I'm super excited, especially because this month, August, is Black Business Month. And for me, I feel like this is a business. Even though this is my art, this is my creative outlet, it is something that is my business and I'm sensitive about it. And so, shout out to all of the Black creators and Black artists that are also a part of the Micromedia Fest that's happening. I would have never thought that my podcast would be a part of a Micromedia Festival. I only have 3 episodes out. After today, I will have 3 episodes out. And you can tell as I'm talking, I'm super duper excited. But I only have 3 episodes out. And to be a part of something this big, to me is so big, is really exciting. And I'm so proud of myself for putting myself out there. So if you are local to Atlanta, this will be happening on August 16th from 11:30 to 5:30 at our local library, and I'm super excited to join. Shout out to Leo Season. Leo Season is bringing out the fire in all of us, baby. She is telling us to put ourselves out there, even if it feels funny, even if it's a little weird, even if it's a little scary. Why the fuck not? The main spill of the day is going to be on Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know if y'all know, but Memphis, Tennessee is currently dealing with a XAI supercomputer facility, Colossus. And basically, this is a AI facility that Elon Musk and his fucking minions are building in South Memphis specifically to train and generate and power their chatbot Grok. I went to my local library the other day and I did so much research on this, and it is the motherfucking disgusting. It's disgusting what the fuck is happening right now. And I've been seeing a lot of conversation about just the political climate around the entire world, specifically hot topics like Gaza, Congo, Sudan, Tigray, and so many other places around the world that are dealing with warfare, environmental warfare, racism, capitalism, all types of disgusting ass shit that's happening. And I didn't see a whole bunch of conversation about what's going on in South Memphis. And so it was really important for me to also bring in some local tea that's going on around us. It's a whole bunch of warfare going on. And if you live in Atlanta, Georgia, baby, Memphis, Tennessee is only about 3 hours away. And these niggas are dealing with horrible shit with the building of this motherfucking AI generating bot or supercomputer, whatever the fuck this shit is. It's really disgusting. So just a little bit more tea on this AI supercomputer facility. Again, like I mentioned, it is designed by Elon Musk to power and train AI chatbot Grok. This is one of the largest supercomputers in the world. Largest meaning more work, more power, and it is extremely harmful to the community in South Memphis. A little bit of information about the community in South Memphis is that 61% of the community there is Black. A little bit more about the facility. It is currently operating 33 methane powered gas turbines to fuel its AI tech. And so I'm like, okay, well, that sounds disgustingly horrible anyway. But let me dig a little bit deeper of the impact of methane to the human body. High levels of methane has obviously a negative impact on the body, causing asthma, cancers, birth defects in children, and other chronic to deadly illnesses to people. And this is not being spoken about. This is not being talked about. What is being talked about is how this supercomputer is going to aid in jobs and just kind of build the economy. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about none of that if the people are going to be motherfucking dead. If the people that you are looking to build more jobs for and better the community for aren't going to have safe drinking water, aren't going to be able to go to school without wearing masks, like industrial masks, not just a little mask that we was wearing during COVID, babe, industrial, because they smell bleach and chlorine in the fucking air. What type of communal support is that? I guess I might be missing it because I still haven't seen it at all. So a couple of red flags. If the fact that a fucking supercomputer facility being built in the middle of a city isn't already a fucking red flag in itself, a couple of red flags that I noticed during my research was that this super facility, Elon Musk specifically, only had permission for 15 of these methane powered gas turbines to be activated. If you were listening before, I said that these motherfuckers had 33 operating. So 2 times more that you have permission to operate. To me, 15 is a lot in general. It shouldn't even be 15. It shouldn't even be one. None of this shit should be happening in general. But 33, when you're only permitted to power 15 of them, bitch, you're doing whatever the motherfuck you want, and that's sick as hell. Sick as hell. I have been also doing research not only online with credible sources, but just through TikTok. I know some of y'all might think like, girl, what the fuck you getting your information on TikTok? But yes, I am. TikTok, as of right now, does not censor, information. And it does. I don't want to say that it doesn't all the way. There are creators that are being shadow banned, that aren't getting their information pushed, especially creators that are activists as well. But if you do your research and you look and you take your time and you're intentional, you will find real ass information about people that are really in this shit. So a lot of the creators that I was looking at when doing research on what's going on in South Memphis live in South Memphis. And they have reported to their doctors, to their friends and families, and vice versa, that they're dealing with symptoms of asthma and never had asthma a day in their fucking life, due to the fact that this bitch ass nigga Elon Musk is doing whatever the motherfuck he want to do, and is operating 33 methane powered gas turbines. I'm never going to let that go. 33 methane powered gas turbines to fuel this AI technology. And one thing that I found so frustrating when I was doing research on this was people saying like you can't bash tech, you can't bash tech. It's not about bashing tech. It's about the impact that this overload of technology creation has on communities, has on real people. It gets worse. It gets worse. It gets motherfucking worse. So another red flag that I noticed during my research was that this AI supercomputer facility is located in a predominantly Black community that already has a history of pollution-related illnesses and disproportionate rates of industrial pollutants. So this is already a space that nobody really gives a fuck about. As like I said, there are kind of like I mentioned, this is a high Black populated state in general, Tennessee, but especially Memphis, highly Black community. But I want to say heard, but I also learned that there are other warehouses in the space. Please forgive me. Unfortunately, I do not remember what those warehouses were. I definitely encourage y'all to do some more research on this, but there are already other facilities that are producing mass amounts of chemicals into the air, into the water, and it's already killing us. And I'm saying us because I have family out in Memphis. My daddy's from Memphis. So I visited Memphis all the time when I was a kid. My family lives in Memphis. Bitch, we are all family. Whether I know you or not, you are my family. So if it's killing you, it's killing me. And so it's horrible to hear that it's already a history of fucked up shit going on in the air and in the atmosphere in South Memphis. And so I truly believe that was used in terms of determining whether or not the location for this crazy ass supercomputer. Some other information that I learned, and that was so wild, was that underneath Memphis is what is called an aquifer, which is a water system that has been there for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years that allow for good, healthy drinking water to be provided to the residents in Memphis, specifically Shelby County and the entire city of Memphis. One thing that I noticed about like the different creators and the different people that were chatting about and really big up in Memphis is that they can drink their tap water. Their water is healthy enough. Their water system, their aquifer is healthy enough to create a water that fuels them, that they can cook with, that they can drink. And this AI supercomputer is it is absolutely going to impact that water. Currently, the city of Memphis is fighting for that aquifer to be protected because what Elon Musk wants to do is be able to pull from that water source to aid in the building and the training and the super duper amount of power that is needed to fund this motherfucking supercomputer. They're looking to pull the water from that system. If they do that, they're going to need about 80 to 90% of the water and use 80 to 90% of the aquifer's power to power this fucking supercomputer. That is a problem because if you're using 80 to 90% of the aquifer's ability to provide clean and safe drinking water, the drinking water is no longer going to be safe or clean or drinkable. How is that going to impact the community, you say? Bitch, nobody's going to be able to hydrate themselves. Come on. And no one is talking about, and like people are talking about it, but like not a fucking enough. Not enough. What happened in Flint, Michigan is slowly but surely about to be replicated in South Memphis. And we have to talk about it. We have to lobby. We have to demand better for our family in Memphis. This aquifer has been the primary source of drinking water for our family in Memphis, y'all. Primary source of water. South Memphis is already, like I said, a poor community. And that's not me just saying that shit. That is facts. The community is already not supported enough through funding. The government doesn't give a fuck about us, doesn't give a fuck about Memphis. The residents in Memphis are fighting with the city of Memphis, the mayors and the governors and things of that nature, to have the residents be more in control and have a say what happens to their city, what happens around them, and especially what happens to their drinking water. It's impacting children at school. Those water fountains that when you go outside and play at the playground, they're looking to dump the nasty water that has been used to train and power these computers. So now there's lead in the water. There's all types of chemicals in the water, and pouring it back into the river. And it's going to be a nasty, vicious cycle. And soon the aquifer is not going to be able to produce water. It's not going to be able to have enough power to support the residents there. All for a fucking supercomputer facility, y'all. A supercomputer. What do we need that for? Truly, I'm truly curious. If someone can let me know, connect with me, help me understand what the fuck we need that shit for. Because for me, if it is here for anything positive, how do those things outweigh the communal impact that it is having? Currently, right now, as we speak, there are thousands and hundreds of Memphis residents that are protesting, that are pleading with city officials, state officials, government officials, the president, to stop this shit. It's killing them. And as of right now, it is still, I guess, what you can say, quote unquote, fresh information, because this did start being built towards middle to end of 2024, but this has been in the works forever. The death of Black communities, of small communities, have been planned and successfully done for ages because they don't give a fuck about us. They don't care. Our government doesn't care about us. If you do think that, let me lovingly hold your hand and let you know that it's false, babe. Look at the actions. Look at what's going on. Elderly people that have beautiful bill of health are now experiencing asthma attacks. They're in and out of the hospital. They can barely walk outside of their home, on their balcony, down the street to the park without having difficulties breathing. Because there are so many motherfucking chemicals that are being pushed into the atmosphere to ensure that ChatGPT can successfully therapize you. I'm so excited for my episodes to be uploaded on YouTube because, babe, I'm making so many faces right now. I'm making so many faces right now. It's sick. And there's absolutely something that needs to be done. So, one thing that I wanted to look up was, what the fuck can we do? What can we do? Not only is this bitch ass nigga Elon Musk illegally operating 2 times more than what he was permitted, those methane powered gas turbines, 2 times more. The air is being deadly contaminated, killing residents already. The supercomputer is still being built. It is already killing people in this poor community that already has a history of pollution related illnesses and disproportionate rates of industrial pollution and pollutants in the air. It's already happening before all this. Memphis's aquifer is in jeopardy of being fucked up. They're about to lose safe water. What can we do? The first thing that we can do is educate ourselves. Educate ourselves. Open up a motherfucking book. It is free to go to your public library, which, some more tea on that, 125,000 public libraries are in the process of being defunded. Educate yourselves on what's going on around you, babe. Please. We have to. Be angry about this shit. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be upset about what's going on in the world around you and down the street from you. If you live in Atlanta, there's no motherfucking way why you should not know what's going on in Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee specifically, is 3 hours away from us. Memphis is our home. We're right here. Educate, babe. Find people, find loved ones and community members. If you can't do it alone and it's too much to carry by yourself, find friends that you can do a little bit of research with. You don't even have to dive deep. This was just a quick Google search, a quick connection to the TikTok community in Memphis. And I am one of those people that think that TikTok is one credible source because you get people's real life experiences. They're coming on, they're being real and authentic. And this is a this is a judgment free zone, baby. So if you have more resources, tell me because I want to know what's going on around me. Because if it's happening in Memphis, what the fuck do you think is not going to happen in your state, in your city, in your country? Educate. And I know I'm sounding a little passionate about this, extremely passionate about this because it's serious. It is so serious what's going on right now around us. And we have to be intentional about learning about it. And then what I also believe that we can do is organize. Like I said, there are some Memphis creators that are lobbying and talking about this. As of right now, the information that I received was just more of conversation. There are several city halls that are happening currently in Memphis to give the residents power over the water. Why the fuck don't we have access and power over what happens to our water supply? Why not? Why don't we get a say in what's going on with our water, with our food, with what's being built around us? Question everything. One thing I love so much about my big brother is that he encourages me to question every motherfucking thing. And not necessarily in a way that keeps you scared or keeps you feeling like, oh my God, I can't trust nobody. It's all fucked up. It's just like, no. Why don't we have full access to what happens to our water? Why don't I have access to, or not even access, why don't I have a say in what's being built down the street? Do I? Because right now it's seeming that I don't, but do we though? Question things, see what's going on, ask questions. There was another creator that I seen. I believe his name is Justin, but please do not quote me again. I'm going to make sure to share these resources as well. But one thing that I really appreciated what I seen when I was doing my research was the type of organizing that we can do, even from where we are currently. Right now, like I said, I live in Atlanta, Georgia. But there's still a level of organizing that I can do from here. And so, one thing that another activist and creator suggested was that different people from environmentalist groups, labor unions, health advocates, let's get together. Let's get together to see what we can really do. We as a people have so much more power than we are taught that we have. One thing that I really, really loved about college was that, at least for me, going to a PWI, we were forced to organize together as Black students in all different organizations, student-led organizations. We came together. And when we came together, I seen the most beautiful results. And we might not always have seen physical results through the systems, through the institution, but just the mental, emotional, and spiritual beauty that comes from organizing cannot be slept on anymore. Organize. Any of my friends out there that are listening, wherever you are, if you are an environmentalist, if you are in a labor union, if you are a healthcare advocate, get together. Get your people together. All y'all niggas out there that be throwing motherfucking parties and shit, bitch. Can we get together to talk about this? Invite me, please. Let's show up in this way. Because yes, I love to turn it up. Like I just said, I was outside so much, my body got sick to tell me to sit my ass down. And I loved it. But I also want to be outside in a way that's going to impact the community around me, whether locally in Atlanta, locally in the states in the South surrounding me, in America, and in other countries. I want to get together and talk about this, talk about what we can do, talk about what's going on. Because again, there's so much information out there that we don't have, that some people might have. Solutions that we might not be able to think of, but somebody else can. So let's organize to get together. Public hearings about XAI and its water draw, similar to organizing and asking questions as solutions. Public hearings. What needs to be done? What is going on? And how can we stop it? Demand that our state and local officials, governors, whatever, are a part of these meetings. Teachers should be talking about this. Churches. Oh, I can't wait for y'all to see my face on YouTube. Churches. Bitch, y'all need to motherfucking get together and talk about this shit. This shit is killing our niggas. How many of my churchgoers, and again, baby, it's no judgment here. It's just passion here. It's anger here. My churchgoers, how many of your congregation do you know that is from Memphis? That family members are from there, that still live there, that are going through this. We got to care about each other. Get together. So some public hearings, babe. One thing that is still going on, and not just one, but it's a plethora of them, but there are several public hearings that are happening in Memphis, Tennessee. Share them on social media. Share them. Put it on your story. Send it to your friends and family. Get the word out there that is happening. One thing that I really appreciated, I'm gonna repost his video because it was beautifully said. It was beautifully done, and I don't want to mess up his name. But one thing that he said that I really, really appreciated was we need to interrupt the national narrative about what's going on in Memphis and what's the other wars that are going on around the world. Interrupt the narrative. Share the real and raw, nasty, scary footage of what's going on. Share Memphis natives talking about this shit. Interrupt the narrative. Because right now, when you look on majority of the news sites, they're talking about it, but they're only talking about the benefits of this AI supercomputer that's being built and how it's going to open up so many jobs and so many opportunities. Who's going to be taking these opportunities when everybody is either sick as fuck in the hospital, can't breathe, speak, or no longer with us anymore? Who are these opportunities going to go to? And it's not funny, but it's just like, let's be fucking for real. So interrupt the narrative. Speak truth. Do research. Organize. Get together. And vote. Vote. If you voted for Donald Trump, this is not a safe space for you. I'm not sorry, actually. I was about to say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Because this is what happens when you vote for idiots to be in office. When you vote for money-hungry billionaires that don't give a fuck about not only the people, but them goddamn selves. If we're just going to really be serious, they don't even give a fuck about themselves deeply. This is what happens. 61%. 61% of the community in South Memphis is Black. About 95% of these government and state officials are white people. Billionaires that don't give a damn about us. This podcast is called Just Black Tea. My Black ass is always going to be talking about what's going on in the Black communities around the world. Create space. Vote, 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 vote. If you did vote for Trump, the only way that this space will be even a smidge safe for you is if you motherfucking make better choices in the future, bitch. Make better choices. This is a poor choice. If you voted for Trump, you made a poor decision. Poor. Because look what's happening. And it's bigger. It's bigger than Trump. It's so many other things and so many other forces at play. Vote. Take control. Interrupt the narrative. Don't wait to talk. Do not wait for this shit to get horrible. Like we did with Flint, Michigan. And I'm saying we because I'm a part of this. I'm a part of community. I'm a part of this family. Please, y'all, we cannot wait. Talk about it. Vote about it. Be fucking pissed. This is some serious shit that's happening right now. And it really hit home for me because I love Memphis. I feel like that is my second home. I lived in Memphis. I went to school in Memphis. I grew up in Memphis. I spent holidays in Memphis. I spent birthdays in Memphis. I love Memphis. That's my home. Just as much as Georgia's my home. Just as much as Cali, San Diego, Sacramento is my home. The world is my home. The universe is my home. And it breaks my heart to see this happening to my home, to our home. We deserve better in the world. We do not have the energetic currency, the spiritual currency, or the actual money currency to be desensitized to this shit. And I know. And y'all, I'm talking to myself included. It is so hard to see this shit happening every single day. It's something that's going on in Gaza, in Africa, here in America, in everywhere. It's so much nasty shit going on in the world. And it sucks to see it all the time. So take your breaks, give yourself permission to rest and kind of step away from socials for a minute, but don't forget that is happening. Do not become desensitized. Please, y'all, we can't afford it. Our brothers and sisters cannot afford it. Our family, our folks can't afford it. And when I say that, I'm talking about the world, babe. Not just our nuclear families, not just our tribal members, not just the people in our state and in our cities and in our towns and in our neighborhoods. I'm talking about worldwide family. We all have different beliefs. We all have different mother tongues. We all have different religions, creeds, backgrounds, but we are family at the end of the day. Especially Black folks. That's really my family, for real. I don't want to see 61% of the South Memphis community dead in the hospital. I don't want to see the next generation of South Memphis folks with multiple birth defects because the drinking water has been contaminated over and over and over and over and over again, so that you can ask ChatGPT what you should eat for dinner for the week. So supercomputers can be built to take over more jobs. I don't want to, like, it's not worth it to me. None of this shit is worth it to me. And I encourage it to not be worth it to you. And one thing I wrote down in my notes was like, nigga, we damn near got to stop using ChatGPT. I know some people that use ChatGPT excessively. And I'm not about to sit here and act like I ain't never used ChatGPT in my life. Never. I'm not going to do that. That would be inaccurate. I have used ChatGPT. ChatGPT has been beneficial to me. But if this is what it takes for ChatGPT and other AI generated bots to become powerful, if this what it takes, I don't need it. We don't need it. Memphis does not deserve to go through this. So that's just scratching the surface of what's going on in Memphis right now. I highly encourage y'all to put up a prayer for Memphis. I highly encourage you to do your own research and see what's going on. Check it out. If you have family in Memphis, reach out to them. See what's going on in their community. Encourage them to see what's going on in their community. I know we're all busy with life. The economy is literally crashing, and it's hard as fuck to make money and to keep your jobs and to eat, to put food on the table. I know there's so many life stressors, that are going on. I'm dealing with it too. But baby, it took me 5 minutes to look up what's going on in Memphis. I chose to take more time to do research. I know you can offer 5 minutes to do research. I believe in you. I believe in us to become more community oriented in a aggressive way. Because our communities, especially our Black communities around the world, have been in danger and are still in danger. And so all of my family that live in Memphis, specifically over there near Raleigh, Egypt, I love you. I care about you. I see you. You deserve better. You deserve to live a healthy life. You deserve to live a safe life. You deserve to have control over what is going on in your city and in your state. One thing that I feel like could also help when, doing research on catastrophic things that are happening, because that's really what it is. This is so hard to take in. One thing that I really love to do is offsetting the information that I'm absorbing. There are so many beautiful things that are also happening in Memphis and the surrounding area. Black students are graduating with honors. Black students are alive. Black businesses. There's so many beautiful record stores. There's so many beautiful herb stores that are happening that are located in Memphis. Check them out. Do research on them. Support them. See what you can do to support them. Give back to your community, even if it's your time. It doesn't always have to be money. It doesn't always have to be physical labor. But sometimes it's just doing some research on some herb shops that are in Memphis and seeing what you can do to support them. Reposting a video, reposting one of our sisters or our bros or somebody, in Memphis that's doing a little vlog. Support. We don't have to dwell on the negative shit that's happening, but we do need to know. We can't not know. As hard as it is, we have to know. Whew. That was some worldly tea for surely. We're going to take a quick break and I will be right back with the herb of the show. All right, y'all. We are back and it is time to get into the herb of the show. In honor of what's going on in Memphis, the herb that I chose to talk about today is nettle. So the reason why I chose nettle as the herb of the day is because of one of the main things that I noticed when doing research on how this supercomputer is impacting our friends and family in Memphis is through the lungs. They're breathing in this air that is highly contaminated with chemicals, and it's causing asthma. It's causing issues with the residents in Memphis respiratory tracts, their lungs. And nettle is, out of all of the beautiful benefits, has a great benefit for the lungs. So I'm going to read some notes from the book The Way of the Herbs on nettle. So commonly known as stinging nettle, the young nettle leaves can be steamed as a pot herb. Taken over a long period of time, nettle is a tonic that will benefit the whole body, especially the lungs, stomach, and urinary tract. If you have a healthy gut, everything else is healthy. The high concentration of nutrients in nettles makes it ideal for anemia as well. Also, by sprinkling the powder, if you powder it on a wound, it helps stop bleeding. Nettle is high in chlorophyll levels, is high in potassium, histamine, vitamin C and A, and other vitamins, proteins, and fibers that are really, really good for the body. Nettle, if applied to the scalp, helps stimulate hair growth. As I mentioned, and why I chose it, is that nettle tea is useful for asthma, chronic and acute urinary complaints, urinary stones, and it's also taken for different diseases like diarrhea, hemorrhoids, and things like that. So that is some of the tea on nettle from the Way of the Herbs. So my babies that are living in Memphis, if you're looking to start an at-home apothecary, especially in what's going on in this climate, please know that it is so safe to grow. Eat, drink, consume, put on the skin. I love me some nettle. That is all for today's episode of Just Black Tea. Again, I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for tuning in yet again. For my people that have listened from episode 1, 2, and 3, thank you so much for supporting me and encouraging me. If this is your first time listening in, I love you too. Thank you for being here and supporting me and showing up here and giggling with me and learning with me and healing with me. For those of you in Memphis, I love you. I care about you. I'm so sorry that this is happening. And let this be a call to action to show up for your community. Until next time, y'all. Peace.